we are going to graph quadratic functions by using key features. Key features are axis of symmetry, vertex, which is maximum or minimum, and the y-intercept. For a quadratic function f of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, and c are integers and a is not equal to 0, this is the standard form of a quadratic function. In order to graph a quadratic function, we follow the following steps. Step number 1, find the equation of the axis of symmetry, where the axis of symmetry is a vertical line, x equals negative b over 2a. So by this equation, we can find the line of axis of symmetry. Step number 2 is to find the vertex and determine whether it is maximum or minimum. The vertex is maximum if a is negative, and it is minimum if a is positive. In this graph, we have two parabolas, or two graphs of a quadratic function. The first one up here, the vertex is a minimum point, where the parabola looks upwards. In this case, a is positive. In the second one here, we have the vertex is the maximum point, and this means that a is negative because the parabola looks downwards. Step number 3, find the y-intercept. And we know that the y-intercept is at x equals 0. In this graph, the y-intercept is the point where the graph intersects the y-axis, and this is at the point 0 and 1. Step number 4, use symmetry to find additional points on the graph. And step number 5, connect the points with a smooth curve. An example, graph f of x equals x squared plus 2x minus 6. The first thing we do is to find a, b, and c. Then start applying the steps. First, find the axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry is at the point x equals negative b over 2a. And this is equal to negative 2 over 2 times 1, which is equal to negative 1. So on the coordinate plane, at the point x equals negative 1, we're going to draw the line of symmetry. Step number 2 is to find the vertex. To find the vertex, we are going to substitute by the x, which is the line of symmetry, equals negative 1 in the equation above. We found that f of negative 1 is negative 7. This means that the vertex lies at the point negative 1 and negative 7 on the graph. Step number 3 is find the y-intercept. The y-intercept means at the point x equals 0. So we're going to substitute by x equals 0 in the above function. F of 0 equals negative 6. This means that the y-intercept is at the point 0 and negative 6, as shown here on the graph. Now we have got 2 points on the graph. One of them is the vertex and the other one is the y-intercept. We need to find additional points to make a curve. We can choose any x value to find its function or its y value. You can get, for example, for x equals 2 and find the y value for this. Now we obtained a new additional point at the graph, which is at 2 and 2. And because the graph of the quadratic function must be symmetric about the axis of symmetry, so the same distance between the axis of symmetry and this point is the same distance between axis of symmetry and another point on the left-hand side, as shown here in the graph. Now the last step is to connect the points by a smooth curve. I hope this video was useful. If you like it, please press like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. So, to the next video. Bye.